All right. There is a saying. It goes, it is better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. There are some people that should truly practice that. And in this case, I am referring to the senator from Texas, Jasmine Crockett. Let's talk about her. Well, Miss Crockett, like a million other people, had a lot to say about the assassination of Charlie Kirk, except she could not leave it at political violence is wrong. No, 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 no. That would have been too simple, too proper, too intelligent, too much of the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
She opened her mouth and inserted her very expensive high heels into them. I want you to see what this walking flesh bag had to say. As you can see from Occupy Democrats here on Facebook, breaking. This was done September 12th. Democratic superstar
Right.
Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett absolutely incinerates Republicans over their disgusting response to the Charlie Kirk assassination and points the finger where it belongs.
Oh man, here we go.
Her? Is, is she going to point the finger at herself? Of course not. The gloves are off now that we know the truth. Quoting, what kind of standard are we going to hold ourselves to when you are, say, sitting in the Oval Office or in the White House? Like, how far will you go? Crockett asked on the Breakfast Club. And we're going to have fun with that Breakfast Club interview.
Can't wait.
So you know, I hate that some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle immediately came out and they were like, oh, you know, this is on the Democrats.
Well, duh.
Because it was. Y'all have called him a right-wing activist or a conservative-leaning speaker, and I will give you that. He did. He was more conservative. And do you think it would be the conservatives to kill him? Especially when people have accredited him with giving Trump the young vote? Why would the conservatives kill him, you dumb broad?
Yeah, you're not too bright, are you? No.
But let's carry on. Like, we don't even know who did what, and y'all are like, this is one of the Democrats, right? Donald Trump himself, this is not Jasmine, this is the person writing the article. Donald Trump himself rushed to blame the radical left after the shooting. Okay, I'm still not seeing where we're wrong here. MAGA World gleefully amplified the fake news story which claimed the assassin was transgender.
Let's stop right there. Let's just stop right there for a second.
The right wing did not call that man transgender. No, sister. Or whoever the dumbass is writing this article. See, this is what the Dems do. This is what the liberals do. They come out and they spread this bullshit. No one called the shooter a transgender person. It was discovered that the shooter was living with and in a relationship with a transgender individual. See here. Alleged Charlie Kirk assassin's roommate shocked by shooting has been very cooperative, the governor says. Updating the investigation into Charlie Kirk's assassination, Sunday, Utah Governor Spencer Cox told NBC News Meet the Press. So that's why I went specifically to this article. NBC News, the left news. I'm going to use the enemy's articles, their words, I'm going to use their system to bust that ass. What we have learned specifically is that this person did not have any knowledge was shocked when they found out about it, said the roommate. That person is a boyfriend who is transitioning from male to female, Cox said, misgendering the roommate. Cox was confirming earlier from the Fox News. I say again, the roommate is a boyfriend who is transitioning from male to female, not the shooter. That person, referring to the roommate. The only thing that Fox News did, misgendering the roommate. Cox was confirming earlier from Fox News. That's all they did. They misgendered. They called a female with a dick a dude, which he is.
Deal with it.
He's just a dude with tits. So no, Miss Ma'am. No. Miss whoever writing this bullshit. No. There was none of that. What did I just read here? As it turns out, the killer was a white man from Utah who had no registered political affiliation.
You sure about that?
His actions told us what side he was on. And we'll get into that here in just a moment about his no political affiliation.
Oh man, I can't wait that long.
Why wait? Right here, as you see, suspect in Charlie Kirk killing had become more political and likely acted alone, authorities said. The man accused of the Charlie Kirk assassination had earlier expressed to family his opposition to the viewpoints of the conservative activists, the authorities said Friday, in announcing an arrest in a targeted killing that raised fresh alarms about political violence in the United States. Tyler Robinson, 22, had become more political in the run-up to the shooting and had indicated to a family friend afterward that he was responsible. Miss Crockett, you are the perfect individual, the picture-perfect individual of full of hot air. So how can you say that he was not affiliated with, whether he was registered as a Democrat or not? His actions told you whose side he was on, you dingy mother.
I'm open for another explanation, but it makes sense to me.
Getting back to it, the slogans he etched into his bullets are possibly references to meme phrases popular with the right-wing supporters of white nationalist Nick Fuentes.
What the hell are you talking about?
This writer, who was a very, as you can tell by their introduction of Dingbat Jasmine Crockett, this writer is a person who just has zero sense. This, whatever Occupy Democrat is, a website, a news station, a news outlet, whatever the fuck they are, should never be listened to by anybody, left or right.
Zero, not even a one.
But I'm pretty sure the left will listen to them because it glorifies their bullshit. Let's address that whole thing about, wait, I want to get it right. Slogans he etched into bullets are possibly references to meme phrases popular with right-wing supporters of white nationalist Nick Fuentes.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Here, Charlie Kirk's shooting suspect referenced fascism on memes on bullets, officials say. This will be the latest instance in which a shooter left messages on ammunition and weapons. If y'all don't know what he's referring to, that the trans shooter that shot up the Catholic school a few weeks ago had all kinds of writings on their weapon magazines and things like that. Here, the suspect accused of fatally shooting conservative activist Charlie Kirk left behind ammunition engraved with a reference to fascism and obscure internet memes and video games. Internet memes and video games. Where does Nick Fuentes come in? Where does, I'm looking for the Nick Fuentes connection.
Well, we're waiting.
Occupy the fucking morons. Utah Governor Spencer Cox said inscriptions were found on at least 4 shell casings linked to Tyler Robinson, 22, who was arrested early Friday in connection with the killing. One engraving read, "Hey fascist, catch," with the arrows up, right, down, down, down. A seeming reference, at least in part, to a video game that is interpreted as a satire of fascism. The video game is Helldivers.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
It's literally a game where you are part of a world army defending the earth against an alien invasion. I don't know. I'm going to do a video about fascism right after this, y'all, so stand by. But reading on, authorities said the rounds were found with a Mauser Model 9 8-bolt action rifle fitted with a scope. In case y'all don't know, as a gun enthusiast, that is a hella powerful long-range rifle. That rifle can drop a moose. The investigators recovered in a wooded area on the edge of Utah Valley University's campus. The gun was wrapped in a dark-colored towel. In addition to the engraving referencing fascists, Cox also referred to engravings that contained more obscure references. One fired casing, for instance, a message read, "Notices, bulges, OWO, what's this?" The writing appears to be a reference to a meme about the online furry subculture. Where is the Nick Fuente shit, you dumb?
You're an idiot.
Whew. Let's get back to the Occupy Democrats dumbass article. I mean, quoting her now, I mean, obviously the first thing that, anybody would say, and you didn't have any Democrat that went out there and said otherwise, is like, we're denouncing political violence, Crockett went on.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
What she's leaving out is, you didn't have any Democrat that went out there and said otherwise. Two things. Number one, you're right. No Democrat came out and celebrated, but a lot of Democrats didn't say shit at all. And according to y'all, according to the left, y'all remember this shit during 2020, the summer of love? Remember, silence is compliance. Remember that? Remember that. They said if you remain silent, you are complicit.
Yeah, that was it. That's it.
I'm using, as I said at the beginning, I'm going to use your own words and own rules against you. You said that, Jasmine. Your party said that silence is compliance. If you remain silent, then you are complicit. So none of your partners, none of your team members came out and celebrated, but quite a few said nothing at all.
Nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
So suck it. Secondly, on that point, you didn't have to. The people that you radicalized, they did the celebrating for you. Good job. Reading on. But we're just assuming I hate people who do that like shit. We're just assuming and we just want to be clear that we're not down for political violence, but that doesn't mean that that's what it was, right?
This bitch can't be serious.
I just showed y'all how it was political violence. I don't know whether it's because she's a Democrat or because she's a woman, but this motherfucker is dodging accountability like Neo in the Matrix. She don't want to hold her party accountable. It's your party, homegirl. It's your fucking party. Reading on, most offenses like this were personal in the first place.
Huh?
As a matter of fact, let's do the hypothetical game. If someone popped up and killed one of y'all left-wing activists, if someone popped up and killed Joy Reid, oh, that was personal, right? It had nothing to do. Oh, bullshit. Y'all would scream, MAGA is at fault in a New York second.
Yep.
The same way. Remember the Buffalo shooting that happened a few years ago with the guy killing all the aiming for minorities outside the grocery store? He was a lone idiot that couldn't stand minorities. The left blamed MAGA.
That's right.
After the 2020 Buffalo supermarket shooting, many commentators and officials drew connections between the shooter's white supremacist ideology and rhetoric used by mainstream conservative figures associated with the Make America Great Again movement. The shooter, Peyton Gendron, cited the racist Great Replacement conspiracy theory in his manifesto, an idea that had been gaining traction in far-right and conservative political spheres. Even though Trump has repeatedly denounced white supremacy, even though the right has repeatedly gone out of the way to show that this is not what we do, anything that happens against a minority, anything is automatically linked to MAGA.
Yep.
But side note here, as long as minorities killing minorities, it's A-okay.
That's messed up.
The fuck out of here. I'm not saying this was a personal attack. Okay, we did that part. Like the fact that they already are presuming that this is somebody that came from our side of the aisle.
Did you take a stupid pill with your breakfast this morning?
As I said at the beginning, can y'all see a conservative person killing Charlie Kirk? And here is where it gets interesting. And even if it came from our side of the aisle, let's assume the worst, okay? So let's talk about it, said Crockett. Let's talk about what radicalized him.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Y'all, you politicians, you politicians and your left-leaning fucking media, you radicalized him. It doesn't take much to figure that shit out.
No, you do not.
Like we've seen writings and manifestos, and we've seen where it looks like the two people that went after the president before he was the president had ties to the Republican Party. Like they had not voted Democrat. They're registered as Republicans.
Oh shit. Here we go again.
Oh, it is better to remain silent than to open your mouth and be a fucking idiot. Let's discuss that, shall we? After Charlie Kirk assassination, Jasmine Crockett falsely claims both attempted Trump assassins were Republicans. Was that bitch just fact-checked? What? Days after the assassination of Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk, Democratic Texas Republican, god damn, she's represent my fucking state. Jasmine Crockett inaccurately claimed on the Breakfast Club. Let's say that again. Jasmine Crockett inaccurately claimed on the Breakfast Club.
We're gonna do that one more time. You ready?
Inaccurately claimed on the Breakfast Club that both men who allegedly attempted to assassinate President Donald Trump were Republicans. Alleged attempted Trump assassin Ryan Routh, who is currently on trial, seems to be registered as an unaffiliated voter. And reportedly voted in the Democratic Party in March 2024.
Wow. Okay.
Crockett claimed during a Friday appearance on the radio show The Breakfast Club, where I'm getting her quotes from in that article, neither alleged assassin had voted for Democrats.
Okay.
Let's go to the other guy. Routh also seems to have previously contributed to Democrats while living in Hawaii, according to federal campaign finance records. Moreover, one of Routh's social media posts mirrored Vice President Kamala Harris and President Joe Biden's repeated assertion that democracy is on the ballot during the 2024 election. You know, that rhetoric, that propaganda, they got people wired up where they don't want to take claim that, well, we didn't do anything. And understand that the left of the same party that has gotten these dumbass, young ass kids to believe that words are violence.
You dumbass.
Deceased attempted Trump assassin Thomas Matthew Crooks donated $15 to the Progressive Turnout Project through the Act Blue donation platform in 2021 when Biden was inaugurated.
Care to revise your statement, sir?
What? Do you want to change your bullshit story, sir?
Getting back to the Occupy Democrat. Now I'm going to skip down to here because the other stuff was not exactly related to Kirk. Quoting her, as soon as Kirk was killed, the next thing you know, the trans community is under attack again.
What?
When the fuck have they been under attack in the first place?
Good question.
They are the ones. The last 5 mass shootings, Crockett. The last 5 mass shooters. What were they? Part of the alphabet mob. Transgender and non-binary. And with that being said, let me tell you why you don't listen to Jasmine Crockett.
Please, go on.
The reason you don't listen to Jasmine Crockett is because she is queen of putting her foot in her mouth, getting called out, and immediately backtracking.
Yep.
The woman has no accountability and takes no responsibility for the shit that comes out of her mouth.
Nope.
No way.
Let me give y'all a case in point. You see that headline? Representative Jasmine Crockett defends Governor Hot Wheels' comments about Abbott amid censure threat. At no point did I mention or allude to his condition.
Little liar!
In case you did not know, the governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, is confined to a wheelchair. And when she was making reference to him, she called him Governor Hot Wheels. Let's see if this ABC News article, that's right, I told y'all, I'm going to use their words, their platforms to dig in their ass.
Hold up. Let him
go. Representative Jasmine Crockett, who seemingly made fun of Texas Governor Greg Abbott, is now claiming that her comments referring to him as Governor Hot Wheels while speaking at a banquet in Los Angeles on Saturday were not about his disability.
A bullshit? A bullshit? A bullshit.
But rather about his terrible policies.
Come on, man.
Nobody is that fucking stupid. I mean, I was just, hold on, let me check my receipts here. Yeah, I'm checking my receipt and I ain't buying that bullshit. I didn't buy it at all. She goes on to say, I wasn't thinking about the governor's condition. I was thinking about the planes, trains, and automobiles he used to transfer migrants into communities led by black mayors, deliberately stoking tension and fear among the most vulnerable.
Get the fuck out of here.
Crockett wrote in a post on X. Literally, the next line I said was he was a hot mess.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
No, she didn't. No, what she said, y'all know Governor Hot Wheels down there is a hot mess. Bitch, don't rewrite history. Don't do that. Don't. She skipped out that other part. He's a hot mess. She left out Governor Hot Wheels. So nah, she says, finally, this is yet another distraction. Instead of obsessing over and hanging on to my every word, maybe my political foes should focus on doing the work of the people who elected us to improve their lives.
Oh, really?
Funny you should say that. Absolutely funny you should say that. So that's where you want to run, Jasmine? That they should be focused on doing that? You're a part of a political party where other representatives ran out. The bulk of the Democratic representatives from Texas ran out to avoid a vote to take place in this state.
What? Yeah.
They ran out trying to hold up due process for the government of the state of Texas.
Wow, that's crazy.
Did you call them out? Did you call them out to make sure they come back and do the job that they were elected to do?
I may be wrong, but I doubt it.
Huh. Dem Representative Crockett defends Texas Dems who fled state.
You got me.
But you said that people should do what they've been elected to do.
Aha!
I'm lost, Jasmine. Well, no, I'm not, because I've always known you full of shit.
Ding, 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 ding.
You make my state look bad, man. You have conned people into believing that you are some kind of fighter, that you are some kind of activist, that you somehow, some way, like you have your constituents' best interest in mind.
Fuck no!
And I say all that to say, I see people still follow you. People have read that and believe it 100% because they don't know who you are, Jasmine Crockett.
I had no clue.
You are the enemy. You are one of those people that said that January 6th was one of the worst days in history, even though the only person that died that day was a protester. You are the person who says, I don't believe in violence, but there should be no but.
Exactly.
If you don't believe in violence, especially that of the political kind, there is no but there.
That is correct.
You are part of the problem.
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Anybody from the left that does not flat out say, we got to stop this shit, it's our party causing the problem, you are the problem.
Yes.
You keep saying what the right has done, but you have no concrete evidence. You have a whole bunch of made up shit and lies. But where's your evidence that the right is part of the problem? Where's your evidence that the right are the ones who stoke violence?
Exactly.
When was the last time a person from the right came out to kill somebody on the left?
Yeah, that's a good point.
All I want to say, my final words to Rep. Jasmine Crockett of Texas.
Shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain where there are no more fuck ups to shut.
Well, that's all I got for you on this edition of Free Mind Thinkers. If you like what you heard, click that like button. If you want to hear more, hit the subscribe button, click the notification bell, and you'll know every time I upload a new video. But most importantly, leave a comment and share me out there. Right or wrong, love me or hate me, let's get a conversation going, because that is the most important thing. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. This is all you ever wanted to do. This is your man, Big Brother Tucker, representing Free Mind Thinkers, reminding you to always stand up, stand out, think differently. And I'll holler.